What is up, my people? Today we are going to be talking about how I made $26,000 today day trading the Nasdaq and the S&P 500. As you guys see, the market did tank today, and we did catch the high of the day, but we did take a trade before that, and I'm going to talk about both of them, why I took it, and essentially my take profit for my first trade was the entry to the second trade, which was the high of the day, and I feel like there's going to be a lot to be learned here. So without further ado, let's get into it. So the first trade that I took, obviously, I knew that our draw was going to be London highs. I knew that I was fine taking these longs to it, and I had a long throughout this accumulation zone. The reason I was fine with this overall long was because my stop loss here never hit. The 12 and a half point stop that I always use, the 50 tick stop system that I use. For those of you that don't know, all of my trades, they have a 50 tick stop loss no matter the trade. This helps me ensure that my risk to reward is good and I'm not risking too much money. With back in the day when I used to trade Top Step, I would use 5 micros to risk $125, 1 mini to risk $250. That way it kept things nice and easy for me. Anyways, I use a 50 tick stop, so that never got invalidated here, and that's why I held throughout this trade. That was my stop loss. I then moved my stop to this low after we manipulated lower, and we essentially had a little bit of an AMD setup here. We accumulated. I thought we were going to go, but we didn't go. But we also never hit my stop, so I was fine. And instead, I got this accumulation leg, and if you take a look, you take the low to the high, and you draw it out, you get the standard deviations. And if you take a look, we had -4 right here. We took the manipulation leg from the low to the high. We have -4. And if you take a look, -4 is 66.75. And that ends up getting hit. And that ends up being the high of the day. This is all coming back to the video that is linked right here in the top right. If you guys watch that, that's probably how you found me. This is a trade off of a standard deviation. And that's why I was able to take these longs, because I saw once we held this range, we came up, we pulled back, we held it, we never came back below this. We continued higher. I knew that our draw was still London high. That got hit. I took a partial right here, but I took that partial on MNQ. And I took about $1,000 that was up off the rip. And it continued higher. Then I took off 7 minis there, and then 3 minis there. So I was out for the full position. Then I entered shorts. Unfortunately, I got break even because you could see we came down. Then I got break even. And then I re-entered. But basically, I was in this trade with 10 minis. And with 10 minis, right there is where I re-entered. 10 minis, I took off 3. So I had 7. Then I took off 2, so I had 5. And this 5 is essentially what I held for the rest of the day. And then it eventually took me out at the end right here. I closed it. I was fine with it. I was fine with the profit. Ideally, I hope that we would have flushed down to here. That would have been great, but unfortunately, we did have a zone here that we just held, and price wasn't going to fall through. I did also end up taking this trade on ES, and my ES execution was, I mean, my ES execution could have been way better, I feel like, but yeah, like I didn't really close it in the best spot. At the end of the day, I still made a bag. I made a ton of money, but it could have just been better executed, I guess. I could have partialed, but again, I wanted to see us follow through and come lower. Um, anyways, if you guys wanted to see my PNL, there you guys go right there. You guys can see that my PNL is 26,000 and roughly $100. Just a little bit over $26,000 on the day trading Nasdaq and ES. So that was the main trade of the day. It was those shorts and these longs that came up before it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment them down below. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.